Good day, everyone. So, today I will present the result of an assignment for the Translation English Indonesia course guided by our lecturer, Mrs. Dian Budiarti. So, the objective of this assignment is to translate an English text into Indonesian while applying appropriate translation methods and techniques to ensure accuracy and naturalness. So the text I work on is taken from chapter 56 of the novel P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. So this novel is a sequel to the trilogy of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and it explores themes of love, friendship, and personal growth. So in this presentation, I will explain the methods and techniques I use, provide examples from the text, and discuss how these choices contribute to conveying the meaning and tone of the original work. So let's begin. Okay, first thing first, the overall method I use in this translation is the communicative and free method. Why? Because the communicative method prioritizes creating a text that feels natural in the target language or Indonesian. And since the source material or the novel is highly related to emotional and relational atmosphere, communicative translation allows these elements to be expressed effectively, making story interesting and meaningful to the reader. An example of the communicative method is the phrase believe me, which is translated into percayalah. Meanwhile, the free method is used to emphasize meaning and feeling rather than following a strict sentence structure. It helps to preserve the content of the text while making it comprehensible and meaningful in the target culture. An example of this method is spring, which is changed to membasahi. Okay, next, I will discuss the techniques I use in the translation. Okay, the first technique is addition. This is found in the phrase birthdays, which is translated as merayakan ulang tahun. So I use this technique because in Indonesian, birthdays can refer only to the day itself without indicating the celebration or activities associated with it. Therefore, I added information to clarify the context so that the translation is easy to understand and aligns with common practices in Indonesia. Moving on, while we previously discussed about addition, so this time I used the technique of deletion to remove the word she and the phrase she took it out, she hid it, she didn't want me to see, resulting in the translation dia mengeluarkannya, menyembunyikannya, dan tidak mau aku melihatnya. I also use this technique in the phrase goodbye middle school years, goodbye treehouse, which became selamat tinggal Genevieve, masa-masa SMP, rumah pohon. I remove the two words of goodbye in one sentence. I use the deletion technique to make the translation sound more natural and avoid repetition, while still ensuring the meaning is clearly understood in Indonesian. Okay, the next technique is found in the phrase middle school, which I translated as SMP or sekolah menengah pertama. So this technique is called established equivalent, where a term or phrase is translated into an equivalent that is already widely recognized in the target language. I use the techniques because the term SMP is well known in Indonesia and so it makes the translation sound natural and easily understood by readers. Okay, the last technique is modulation, which is found in the sentence it's the goodbyes that are hard. I translated this as yang paling sulit adalah perpisahan. So this technique changes the perspective or the point of view, where in the source text the focus is on goodbyes, while in the target text the focus is on heart. However, this technique still conveys the original meaning without altering it. And I use this technique to adjust the language style and make the meaning more relevant to our culture. Okay, alright, that's all I can explain for now. I apologize if there are any mistakes in the translation or if something is unclear. Okay, thank you for your attention. See you.